Okay, so I don't think my first attempt at this saved, so I'm going to try it again. This is a demo for how to play Tetris Attack well against other people. I think a lot of people can play this game competently. There's people who speedrun it on Speedruns Live and stuff, so how does it differ playing against people? I mean, well, speedrunning this game, you just do like a 5x chain with a 5 combo in it, and the computer tends to react poorly to that and die extra quickly. Because doing a longer chain will just take longer, and then they can clear it, and then the match will go on for a while. Excuse me. It just takes a very specific kind of attack to deal with it. So, playing against people is obviously a lot more varied. So, how do you win? You don't just win by being better. It's not that easy. Like, if you just do a ×8 chain or something really huge chain, and they get hit by a huge garbage block and just roll over and die, well then they were gonna die anyway. A competent player knows how to play this game. They go, oh yeah, I need a clear that touches this garbage block, and they'll get rid of it and fight back. Hopefully they don't choke. And then the match will go on, etc. So it's kind of a marathon. You don't win, your opponent just has to make a mistake. So that's why matches can go on for a long time sometimes. It's just like a sort of battle of wits, just going back and forth until somebody slips up and dies. But if you have more panels on screen, you could be said to winning more. So I'll talk about that in a little bit. So the important thing though is actually that you have a good strategy, not just raw tech skill. Because again, you can give someone a huge attack and they just hit one clear and they're free. Like they're not gonna lose just yet. So if you just have a clear ready at the top, you can fight anybody, no matter how good they are. So just don't choke, play consistently, you'll do well. So a good way to play consistently, I'll just quickly go into one of these demos to show something I'm talking about. Yeah, you should do chains that are reliable, that are easy. Just like in fighting games, you don't want to go for the really flashy combos that do like 10 extra damage, oh boy. But you might drop them and then just lose all your damage. So this is just really easy to go for. Like before I even play the demo, I'm sure everybody saw how this works. You just go, oh yeah, then make a bridge, and then those clear, fine. So this is actually really hard to do. I've heard this is like only a 1-frame window, but I don't think it's that hard, but it's still pretty tough. This is where you make a bridge in the middle. Yeah, like that. That's really hard to do. And the other thing is just, you know, an interaction with like put a panel underneath to make them line up when they fall, whatever. But in my case, what I would do here, I'm just gonna paste this into Paint. Instead of going for this risky maneuver here, I would move these greens over here, then move the star over top, and then just like slide that in there to make a bridge. And now my hearts are shaped like that, and probably can't chain with them anymore, and that's fine. That means I can get a clear going somewhere else. Like, who knows what these are? Maybe I can go bring, maybe these are like diamonds. I'll go bring a diamond all the way over here or something. I'll just go for the chain that's more reliable and makes more sense. Because if I miss that, then my chain is over, my panels are not in the configuration I expected, I'm choking, looking for a new clear. It's just a huge risk for so little benefit. Especially when, like I said, attacks just don't matter that much. Well, your opening attack is important, because that's how much pressure you exert on your opponent right at the beginning. So I'm just going to quickly spar against the computer on level 3. That's like the slowest panel clearing speed. So I'm going to be Lucy. I'll just play against 502 Lakitu. Okay, I better get this out of the way so I can see what I'm doing. Alright, so you should always like look at your opening configuration for something good to do. Okay, this is looking good already. Grab those. Oh, no, I got time lag shenanigans already. Okay, pretty cool. So here I am thinking, oh man, I'm just getting off, doing so well, I'm gonna go get this heart all the way over here. You would never be able to do this at higher playback speeds. Oh yeah, let's get that 4 combo in here. Oh, and I'm gonna get really flashy and try for a chain that doesn't even work. Okay, whatever. So I wasted my panels, now I flatten my stack and I go, oh no, I have no clears left. Let's say my opponent's attack was better and my screen is actually full of garbage. That I don't have all this crunch time, that I can't raise my stack and easily find another clear. But yeah, you have to make sure you don't attack too hard. Make sure you have panels left to fight back with. It's not worth it for like one more link in your chain. If you're gonna lose, if you're gonna risk losing, if you don't have a horizontal clear that fits. And sometimes even with 3 rows, you might not have an easily accessible column that you can go get that touches the garbage. So I'm gonna start off with some combo cheese there. Bring that over so it falls down, and no, that won't work. So let's yank that out. Oh, I could have gone like that. Sorry, I'm not explaining myself well, but okay. There's another heart on top, so I can just let that fall. Oops. I meant to make a bridge for that, but it was not to be. So I got 2 towers of power. This is really bad to have like 2 towers on either side. You have to go to one side and lower one, then lower the other. That's a good way to die. Try not to do that. If you make vertical chains, then that will probably happen to you. So consider ending your chain early so you can just deal with one of those. I was lucky because I had a big garbage block that makes the screen shake. Making the screen shake is good because if there's an animation going on, like the screen is shaking or there's panels clearing, then you can't die. As long as you're doing something, you won't die. And again, that's what you're trying to do. You're trying to not die. Okay, so this is pretty scary right here. So just so I have something to do, I'm gonna clear those greens. That was a poor use of my diamonds though. Oh, I'm choking a little bit, so probably gonna go like this, and then hopefully get that diamond over in time. On a higher level, I would not have had time to do that. I would have died. That was not too smart of a play. Okay, I'm gonna reach up here into this mid-screen, deal with this garbage a little early, and deal with this one below at the same time, don't neglect it. And I can deal with that up there. And then I got a chain out of it. Let's make it a big combo, actually. And I already have a bunch of hearts down here. Let's make that a 4 combo. Bring that over, and that. Okay, let's go for those. Okay, I'm wasting a lot of time chaining, so let's look for a clear. Oh, I don't have a bridge in the sky anymore. I got a tower of power, no good. Okay, only lived because I'm playing on a low level again. Trying to commentate everything I'm doing here. Let's get that out of the way so I can get a 4 combo. Let's go with that little chain I did. So I'm mixing up my offense, and I'll explain why that's good if I can get a good screenshot of it later. My opponent's screen still has most of my garbage off screen there. Okay, so I moved that diamond over. I'll actually talk about that. Notice how, okay, before I had a diamond here. Oops, wrong tool. I had a diamond here and a diamond here. That's not very good because a diamond could come down like here or here and I could get a horizontal clear. Okay, but it's not touching because there's garbage up here. So what I want to do is now if there's a diamond that appears out of this garbage block, I can line these up so that I can then recycle with it. It doesn't matter where it lands. There'll be room for it. I can slide these off to the side. Or if there's a heart up here, I can have the hearts touching close enough, and that can be my first chain, and then I do a time lag chain off the diamonds lower down. It's just more useful. You have to look at like what you have. If I had a diamond like up here, and then no diamonds in here, and then one down here, that'd be useless. Unless I have 2 diamonds and I can make a horizontal chain. But again, it probably won't be touching, and probably won't recycle the garbage block. That's not very good. So I guess it's a little bit like bust a move, where if you completely get rid of one color, then you don't have to worry about it for a bit, but that's not really the same paradigm you want with Tetris Attack. What you want to do is use only 3 panels to clear garbage, because then you get 6 in return, and you can start converting more of your screen into panels, and then you have more options. So I guess I should stop and talk a little bit about the game state right here. Just scroll down a little bit. All right. So what do I have right now? It looks like my opponent is winning because he has more panels right now. So once all these fall, never mind that the Tetris Attack AI didn't learn how to recycle. Later AIs did, though. Not sure about Pokemon Puzzle League, but definitely Game Boy Advance Puzzle League / Dr. Mario. They can recycle, and they'll get big chains every time. So he's actually going to have to get rid of this like Tower of Power over here, but the computer has like frame-perfect movement, and they're really fast. They're not always like the smartest about how they chain, and like sometimes they use up too many panels and get themselves killed, like I was trying to describe earlier. So if I had a chance to look over here, I'd just look at the game state. Okay, I have very little garbage coming down, so I could just raise my stack and wait for it to fall, or just wait for it to fall without raising my stack if I don't want to suddenly die. Or I could just keep going and start to clear this garbage, but I'm already kind of behind my opponent. Well, I guess in a few clears I could get through this. And my opponent still has like what looks like a big garbage block. This looks like a ×3, actually. But yeah, basically if you have more panels, you have more options. So what I want to try to do is if I get a chance, I'll raise my stack, and then I have more panels to work with. If my opponent doesn't have any garbage on screen, they're just going to raise the stack and start attacking like crazy. Do a really big chain, like tons of combos. They're not under any pressure, or they can just clear their panels like wastefully, just so that they can withstand a really big attack and not die suddenly from it. This is a little more important on the higher levels where you have less crunch time, as I call it. Like, it's less time. There's like a moment of reprieve where even though your screen is full of garbage touching the top, you don't die instantly. All your panels like look compressed a little bit, and then they pop, and then you die. On level 1, it's like really noticeable. You get like about a second and a half, or maybe more. Doing combos and chains also increases this, but as soon as you hit raise the stack, your crunch time is reset to the default, or 0 if you prefer. It's reset to whatever the minimum for that like scroll level is. So that's one risk of raising your stack, but you do have more options. I'll talk about mixing up your offense a little later. So I'll see if I can do that, actually. I'm going to go for clearing all this garbage. I'm going to go for a combo. Oh, I have a shock block in there. Never mind, I can't clear this very quickly anymore. So I shouldn't be doing a big attack. What I should be doing is clearing this garbage with all haste. Okay, I didn't get any greens, but I'm not going to waste them either. Oh look, my opponent killed himself. Ran himself out of clears. Okay. So I'm going to talk about ways to mix up your offense here. So you don't just want to like do big chains back and forth. You want to try to pay attention to your opponent and look for an opportune time to attack. If you're like not really doing much, then you should just look over at your opponent's screen and see how they're doing. If they have more panels than you, then you should be a little concerned. Okay, so why is mixing up offense good? I'm just going to do a couple combos actually.